Welcome back, family, friends, and fans. It is Karma Lately. Thank you for joining me today. This video was a suggestion by one of my biggest supporters, Maritza Velazquez, who also happens to be an old friend. We were born into our best friendship because our sisters were already best friends before we were born. And she's been a lifelong friend, and she suggested that for International Women's Day, I do Mirabel from Encanto. Now, I did do it, but I did it for TikTok yesterday. And although I'm late for International Women's Day, I am not late for Women's History Month, which is March. And so we're still going to go through with Mirabel's tribute to women. I have my easel out, and I like to make my own canvas. And what I usually use are just boxes. I like to use a sturdy box. This is the top of a Beats box. There were some headphones in here, and this box is so sturdy. I mean, you could hit somebody with this and knock them out. It's like so sturdy. Don't forget that cardboard is wood. I love using sturdy boxes like this. I always like to make sure that it fits on my easel if I'm going to be drawing or painting. This one absolutely does. It's not super deep. It doesn't have a big depth on the side panel there, so it's perfect. And then the other thing that you want to do is you want to cover your box with some canvas or cotton. You can cover it with linen. You can literally, ideally you want a neutral, you can cover it with muslin. You want a neutral material that you can paint with. And you want to secure that material over the box. And you can do that with double-sided tape, glue, staples. But you want to make sure that you're stretching it on all sides so that your canvas ends up super stretched, and then you end up with a nice clean painting at the end. Once you've stretched your canvas nicely on all sides and secured it completely, you are going to want to gesso. You're going to prime your canvas. I like to use gesso, and you can make your own gesso, but I like to use, sometimes I like to use store-bought gesso, and this is from Art Basics. It is a heavy, creamy gesso, and I gotta be honest with you, I absolutely love it. The reason why I like to use creamy gessos is because I tend to only have to do one coating and I'm straight. So I actually end up saving money and getting a nice finish. And I can show you guys what this gesso looks like on the inside. Ooh, look at that creamy nature. That's creamy, okay? But that's, yeah, and you can use that for modeling paste as well with stencils, like that gesso. It's a lot of fun, but I love to use it to prime my canvas. So I make my own canvas, and you can use newspapers and put gesso. You can do regular paper. There's so many different ways to make your own canvas. This one's already prepped. It has some stains along the edges, and that's fine because I'm gonna paint that with white. It is a little tricky painting with distractions on the canvas, but I'm gonna push through. I am really excited. I'm using a mechanical pencil. I am so excited because I have not drawn in a long time. So let's get started, and let's chop it up a little bit about the topic that I want to kind of talk to you guys about today. So the topic that has been circulating in my family for years, and something I've been talking about more recently with Maritza Velazquez, who suggested this video, and mainly she was watching Encanto again. She's Colombian, and she was just like, wow, there's a really wonderful representation of our skin tones from Colombia in this movie. It's surprising, and I know that a lot of people have been making a big deal about it on TikTok, and I've seen so many, people saying, oh wow, look, this person looks like me, and this person looks like me. Being a Colombian woman, she feels that the only thing that she would have liked better was the accents, because they didn't really have a lot of Colombian people uh, acting in the movie. The English accents didn't sound Colombian. I think they sounded more like Mexican. Somebody might say, well, what are you talking about? Encanto's in English. But apart from the fact that they did have some words said in Spanish, um, a, a Colombian accent in English is a different accent than a Mexican accent in English. I'll speak this way. So when someone is Italian and they speak in English, you're going to hear a sway in their voice. And when someone is Greek, they are going to have a different sway in their voice when they speak in English. And the same goes for all the different countries in Latin America and in the Caribbean. No one is exempt. Dominicans do not sound like Puerto Ricans, and we're so similar, but we don't sound the same when we speak in English. And we know that, we can tell that, but maybe other people can't tell. And so if we're going to go and do the research for authenticity, we do need to make sure that we're getting that part, because it's so important in Hollywood. I mean, they've had actors train just to get the right accent, whether it was a British accent, Australian, Italian. People have had to hire trainers to teach them how to do this. And so we think that that's something that should be done for Latinos as well. By the way, in terms of the painting, I like to start with a dark color, and I then fold in the lighter colors to create the contrast and the shadows that I want. And so that's how I usually do my paintings. And please, there's a million mistakes. I really had such a good time with it. I really did. That's as far as the accents are concerned. As far as women are concerned, because we are talking about women's history, I feel that historically, Latinas in specific have not been portrayed accurately in Hollywood in general, and not just with our roles as nannies and all of this. Yes, maybe many of the women that come here to this country have had roles as nannies, but we have gone far from that, and we already see so many women in a different light. And I think that that needs to start getting portrayed a lot more. Another thing is that Hollywood has a really hard time depicting Latinas as dark skinned, but they have zero problems depicting men as dark skinned Latinos. And that's an issue that we have in Puerto Rico. I think that because we're a commonwealth and the United States claimed us as a territory, we are being we're being kind of like pushed into this, like, oh, you have mostly light-skinned people on your island, and this is the farthest thing from the truth. We have we still have, another thing is that no one wants to claim the Taino culture that they have either, and Tainos are heavy in Puerto Rico, including my great-grandmother Genara from my father's side, who I got to meet when she was 106 years old, and she was a Taina. In Puerto Rico, we are also of African descent. It boggles my mind that people are not accepting of the fact that our culture is deeply embedded into the African culture as well. There is not one thing in Puerto Rico, there is not one thing in Latin America or the Caribbean, and that also boggles me that people have not picked up on that. However, what hurts me the most is that women are not, it's so difficult for Hollywood to show a Latina as having dark skin and kinky hair. Scares me. And I have yet to find representation of a Puerto Rican woman with brown skin. And it scares me as well. So we need to really get that together. I don't know what the difference is between men and women. I don't know what the issue is. But in Latin America and the Caribbean, we are a combination of many things, and people need to start embracing that and accepting it. So that is my spiel for you guys today. I put some butterflies on Mirabel instead of painting them. I thought that would be a lot more fun, and I hope that you guys enjoyed my rant, this video. Congratulations to women. I hope that women start standing up for themselves a lot more. Congratulations to all the strong women doing what they want to do, and not taking any prisoners. If you like this video, share it, talk about it. If you have more topics that you want me to address, I would love to share my version about it, and we can do a live back and forth on it as well. But I should do a live for it. Yeah, let's keep the conversation open, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my video, push the algorithm, get me viral, push me to the top. Don't forget me when you're looking at other videos. Keep coming back for more. Check my playlist because my playlist is awesome. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.